So again here in part B, alpha is 1.4. Part 1, find limit as x approaches 0 minus and limit as x approaches 0 plus. Yes, يا جنى. جنى. يا جنى. Limit. جنى. أين أنت يا جنى؟ طيب. ريم. 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 Does not exist. Yeah. Jana. Yes, Jana, find limit as x approaches 0 minus. How to find limit as x approaches 0 minus? Hey. عليك الشات هيك ما قضية. ما فيني افتح مايك. اكيد ما فيكم تفتحوا مايك. ماجد. ماجد.
Yes.
Limit as x approaches 0 minus.
معك. Replace the x by 0.
يلا شو بيطلع معك؟
اوكي نرجع ناخد نمبر 0 minus يعني minus 0.1 نعمل replace بالf of x.
طب when you replace by 0 what do you get؟
هتطلع infinity بس بنجيب بنرجع الساين.
شو عرفك انه بتطلع infinity؟
نعم.
شو عرفك انه بتطلع infinity؟
number of 0
negative 2 over 0
يطلع infinity.
which is infinity. طيب positive or negative؟
ناخد number minus 0.1 replace بالf of x.
لا replace in only x squared.
بالهاي.
only in x squared.
وين؟
in x squared. So negative 0.1 squared, which is equal to positive 0.01. So positive. So negative divide positive is negative.
يعني انت استاذ هون عملت replace بالاكس minus 2 over x squared
بكلها.
او بس بالاكس squared؟
لا بكلها. اياه هاي 0.1 لا 0.1 بس بالاكس سكوير. اوكي
تمام. بس نفس الشيء للزيرو بلس.
similarly in 0 plus limit x approaches 0 plus of f of x, what do you get?
استاذ minus 2 over 0 تطلع positive infinity.
لا negative infinity لانه if you take 0.1 كمان square will be positive 0.01. The answer is also negative infinity. طيب reduce asymptote.
vert x equal 0 vertical.
وحش. Then x equals 0 for the line of equation x equals 0 is a vertical asymptote اللي هو the y-axis there. طيب part 2. Thank you جاد. جاد limit as x approaches positive infinity and limit as x approaches negative infinity. أين أنت يا جاد؟
هون استاذ.
Yeah. By the way here للي بيحب he can take common denominator للي بيزعجوا هذا الشكل You can take common denominator, the function will be negative x cubed plus x squared plus x minus 2 over x squared. هنا يا جاد limit x approaches negative infinity of f of x. Yes, Jad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
لازم ناخد highest power كمان
شو بكتب؟ limit
الx باور 2 يعني. لحظة استاذ، لحظة شوي. استاذ لحظة شوي. f of x equal انه x باور 2 بنعملها replace ب negative infinity.
ايه
ايه
شو بكتب؟
استاذ
الله يهديك.
لحظة شوي. بس بتعمل replace بالinfinity by x squared يعني.
طب يا اخي اكتب، قل لك اكتب شيء. لو انت عم تكتب شو بتكتب؟
بنيجاتيف infinity between parentheses.
اوكي نيجاتيف انفينيتي. اوكي طيب جاد اسمعني شغله. اسمع. بتسمع؟
ايه
يلا if you consider this function هاي when you take common denominator راح اشتغلها بالطريقتين. ها if you take the common denominator then highest exponents will be negative x power 3 over x squared. So it is the limit of negative x power 3 over x squared. And then the answer
انا كنت انا قلت لك اول شيء كنت عم حل عن هذيك عن هاي.
مش مشكلة. راح نرجع حل عنها. طيب simplify x power 3 x squared you get negative x and then replace by negative infinity, so negative infinity, the answer is positive infinity. Or limit of f of x approaches negative infinity, that is equal to limit x approaches negative infinity, negative x plus 1, and here the highest exponents, x over x squared. X over x squared. Simplify here, you get 1 over x. So the limit x approaches negative infinity, negative x plus 1 plus 1 over x. طيب ما هيدا when you replace you'll get positive infinity, you'll get positive infinity هاي negative x, negative infinity plus 1 plus 0 which is positive infinity. You'll get the same answer. Now, limit of f of x as x approaches as x approaches positive infinity, the same way the answer would be negative infinity. Right. Similarly, limit as x approaches positive infinity is negative infinity. Right. Hassan. Part 3. Show that the curve C admits an oblique asymptote D whose equation is to be determined. شو رأيكم؟ من هو الأوبليك asymptote? What is the equation of the oblique asymptote? What is the expected equation of the oblique asymptote? You are given this function. Hi. وعم بيقول لك prove that the function has an oblique asymptote. And of course then you have to prove that the limit is equal to 0. Limit of f of x minus ax plus b. Like here, unlike the other exercises, and the exercises here, for example, this show that the straight line d of equation y equal x you are given the line is an oblique asymptote. اللي قبله مثلا هون show that y equal x plus 1 is an oblique asymptote. تجي لهون وين؟ ايه show that y equal x plus 1 is an oblique asymptote. أعطيك الإيكويشن. بينما بها في شوية لأمن. عم بقول لك show that it admits an oblique asymptote and you have to determine the equation. هلا from one side في شوية لأمن, from the other side the form of the function is very clear. What is the equation of the oblique asymptote here?
أستاذ مش أول وحدة في طلعناها ب هاي x approaches 0 minus و 0 plus.
x approaches 0 minus 0 plus هيدا vertical asymptote. نحن عم نحكي عن oblique.
This is negative x plus 1.
صحيح. The linear part. يعني دايما واحد بيفكر بهذا linear part. هيدا. Think about this. ليه؟ لأنه الباقي هيدا اللي هو x over x or sorry x minus 2 over x squared. The limit of this is 0. ليه؟ لأنه x over x squared اللي هي 1 over x limit لها 0 مكونين هاي already نحن جبناها x over x squared 1 over x طلعت معنا 0. طيب لما يكون عندك oblique asymptote for the oblique asymptote شوف شو بيطلع عندنا. We have to prove that limit of f of x minus ax plus b minus ax plus b, the limit as x approaches positive negative infinity is equal to 0. شو معناتها؟ يعني كأنك أنت عم تقول إنه الفانكشن هي عبارة عن ax plus b plus another function phi of x in which limit of هيدا phi of x as x approaches positive negative infinity is 0. هاي يعني إذا كانت الفانكشن هي عبارة عن linear بلس فانكشن تاني خرابيش مش فارقة معي شو هني على شرط إنه الليمت لهم هني 0 فبيكون هيدا هو الأوبليك asymptote. ليه؟ لأنه if you take this to the left side then you'll get f of x minus ax plus b is equal to this expression phi of x, and since the limit of phi of x equal to 0, the limit of this, the limit of phi of x equals 0 يعني limit of f of x minus ax plus b صارت equal to 0. وهذا هو المفهوم تبع الأوبليك asymptote. It means that here the straight line d of equation y equal ax plus b هو oblique asymptote. طيب يلا in our function here you are given f of x is equal to negative x plus 1 plus x minus 2 over x squared. هي نفس هذا الشكل linear plus another function. The limit of this function is equal to 0 مبين ليه؟ لأنه degree هون هو أصغر من هيك. Then يعني when you simplify you will get some number over x or x to the power some positive integer. Limit رح يطلع 0. Number over infinity it will be 0. هاي من الشكل دغري بتعرف الليمت لها على infinity. إذا degree فوق less than degree of the numerator is smaller than the degree of the denominator, the limit will be 0. Okay? And when you simplify راح يطلع عندك constant over x to the power some integer n يعني number over infinity will be 0. Okay. فإذا it is predicted that, or it will be يعني, that the line of equation y equal negative x plus 1 will be oblique asymptote. هذا straight line D of equation y equal negative x plus 1 it will be the oblique asymptote, but of course you have to prove it as usual. يعني هلا اعتبر السؤال show that اعتبر هيك السؤال صار show that the line D of equation y equal negative x plus 1 is oblique asymptote. بتحل عادي. Limit let this line D be of equation. Limit as x approaches positive negative infinity of f of x minus negative x plus 1. That's equal to limit x approaches positive negative infinity, replace negative x plus 1 plus x minus 2 over x squared plus x minus 1. Simplify. You get the limit. Limit x approaches positive negative infinity, take the highest exponent, x over x squared, which is 1 over x, which is equal to 1 over infinity, it is 0. We proved that the limit of f of x minus this equal to 0. It means that a straight line of equation y equal negative x plus 1 is oblique asymptote. اوكي في مفهوم ولا ما في مفهوم؟ في فهم ولا ما فهم؟ واسأل في وعي ولا ما في وعي؟ ما وعي. The second part of part 3, for the second part, show that or study the relative positions of C and D. مثلا دي YC minus YD. YC minus YD, which is equal to x minus 2 over x squared. Put it equal to 0, then x minus 2 equals 0, then x equal to, in this case, y, to find y, the initial intersection. Replace in the equation y equal negative x plus 1 and negative 2 plus 1, which is equal to negative 1. Intersection point and the coordinates 2, negative 1. 2, negative 1. This is the meeting point between the curve and the line. Okay? Questions? No questions? ماشي. اللي بعده. Find f prime of x and set up the table of variations of f. بكل وقاحة أبص على table of variations f prime of x, which is equal to like now I want to find the derivative. أنت حر تاخد اللي بدك إياه. كل واحد بيفكر بطريقة. يعني واحد بياخد هاي derivative هون عادية وهيدي u over v. واحد بياخد هاي take common denominator بعدين u over v. وواحد بيفكر مثلي بيجي خي طب ما هيدي اكس سكوير اقسم لي هالفراكشن صاروا كلياتهم عباره عن فرافيط صغار. كمان ديريفيتيف له بصير سهل. حر مثل ما بدك. رح فكر مثلك وقول انه التلميذ شاف هيدي الفانكشن هيك رح يشتغل بهالديريفيتيف لهي الفانكشن مثل ما هي. derivative of negative x هي negative 1. derivative 1 0. هاي u over v. خلينا نرجع نكتبها طول بالك. طولت بالك. f of x هي negative x plus 1 plus x minus 2 over x squared. بهيدي u over v. u prime is 1. v prime is 2x. Then f prime of x which is equal to negative 1 plus u prime v minus uv prime over v squared لهيدي. So 1 into x squared minus 2x into x minus 2 over x power 4. The negative 1 x squared minus 2x squared plus x squared minus 2x squared minus 4x over x power 4. Simplify, you get negative 1 plus negative x squared minus 4x over x to the power 4. بيجي واحد بيقول لك طب take common denominator يعني هون over 1 multiply by x power 4 multiply by x power 4, so you get negative x power 4 minus x squared minus 4x. Often I plus 4x, negative 2 times negative 2 plus over x power 4. We have x in common, so it is equal to x negative x power 3 minus x plus 4 over x power 4. Simplify, it is equal to over x power 3. وهيدي مين هاي؟ negative x power 3 minus x plus 4. هيدي من هي هيدي؟ من تكون؟ من؟
هاي الجي
هيدي
of
g of
x.
x. It is g of x. So it is the derivative is g of x over x power 3. The derivative is g of x over x power 3. Now the table. مثل العادي. f prime of x هشتغل مثلكم. f prime of x equal to 0 يعني g of x over x power 3 equals 0. It means that g of x equals 0 and this equation admits a unique solution alpha and the interval whatever. It means that x equal alpha. But alpha is in this interval is 1.4 in this part. هو ايه اللي جاب اول سؤال. Let alpha be 1.4. So x is equal to 1.4. Then you will get the table x f prime f أول شيء 0 not in the domain. هيدي 0 negative infinity بعدين alpha اللي هي 1.4 then positive infinity وهيدي 0. هاي to determine the sign مثلا the values value less than 0 value between ما بعرف شو value whatever. So here it will be negative positive negative decreasing increasing decreasing. Okay, or إذا ما بدك هاي or f prime of x g of x over x power 3. The root of g of x هي alpha اللي هي 1.4. The root of x power 3 اللي هي 0. Then x g of x x power 3 and then the ratio اللي هي f prime of x, which is g of x over x power 3. We have 0 طبعا shaded, and then alpha اللي هي 1.4, negative infinity to positive infinity. The g of x by part 1, by part A, the g of x is positive when x is less than alpha. When x is less than alpha, g of x is positive. When x is greater than alpha, g of x is negative. And x power 3, the negative 1, positive, positive. The ratio will be negative, positive, negative, وهذه 0. نفس الشيء negative, positive, negative. وطبعا بعدين بتكمل g of x or f of x increasing, decreasing. Okay? Right. Now the limits. Limit as x approaches negative infinity was positive infinity. 0 minus كانت negative infinity, and similarly for 0 plus, and limit as x approaches positive infinity كمان negative infinity. Here we had oblique asymptote والvertical على x equals 0. طيب, we have maximum at 1.4. You have to find f of 1.4. F of 1.4. Replace x by 1.4 in the function f. So negative 1.4 plus 1 plus 1.4 minus 2 over 1.4 squared بهيدي. بها negative 1.4 plus 1 plus 1.4 minus 2 over 1.4 squared. شو بيطلع answer؟ هاي negative 0.4 minus 0.6 over 1.4 squared 0.2. يعني negative 0.7. So the maximum here, the local maximum has coordinates 1.4, negative 0.7. So here increases to negative 0.7. Okay. Any questions?
أستاذ هاو minimum معنا الآن.
لا، لأنه هيدا zero is not in the domain. حطيت لي هون في عندنا minimum. طيب. Part 5. Find the coordinates of point A in which the tangent line to the curve at A is parallel to D. إذن هون عندك part 5 tangent line which is parallel to D. هذا الاكسرسايز حلينا مثله لك وين بدرس الديريفاتيفز. شوف انظر. Find points A on curve C so that the tangent line is parallel to line D of equation whatever. ما هون كمان عندنا equation whatever. صح؟ نفس السؤال إذا بتتذكروا. Tangent line, what is the slope of the tangent line? شو قلت؟ ما سمعتش شيء. مش عارف شو قلت. طيب مش عارف شو قلت. كتير في كتير اشياء قلتها. ما بعرفش انت اللي ما سمعتوش. طيب يا ريت توضح لي سؤالك. The slope of the tangent line. لا هيك بنقضيها تشات. لا ما شو؟ لهي من سنة بعتها. تقريبا أقل شوي من سنة. Okay. Now, the tangent line is parallel to line D. The slope of the tangent line, is the derivative f prime of A. or f prime of x سميها اللي بدك اياه المهم الديريفيتيف. This is from one side. From the other side, the lines are parallel. It means that the slope of the tangent line t is equal to slope of d, and the slope of d is 1, negative 1. Then straight line d, the whole equation, negative x plus 1, the slope is negative 1. Negative 1. So it means here, as if you are solving the equation, f prime of a is equal to negative 1, or f prime of x هي زعجتك ال a مش كتير راح دقق عليها هي f prime of x is equal to negative 1. Now you just solve this equation. Solve this equation when you have f prime of x equal g of x over x cubed. It means that g of x over x cubed is equal to negative 1. يعني replace negative x power 3 minus x plus 4 over x power 3 is equal to negative 1. Cross product. Then negative x power 3 minus x plus 4 is equal to negative x power 3. Abracadabra. Then x is equal to 4. مش هيك بيكتبوا 4. 4. Right. We found x. To find y, it is f of 4. ما حدا يعمل replace بالايكويشن للستريت لاين. انتبه شغله. انت عندك هيك. هيدا straight line D وهيدا tangent line. Here is point A. Point A belongs to both the tangent line and the curve. ما فيك تعمل replace x of A by in the equation of line D انه والله مثل ما عملنا هون intersection ويني بهاي قلت لك هي اختار اللي بدك اياها straight line or the curve. لا هون the point A belongs to the tangent line اللي انت ما عندك equation هذا belongs to the curve C but it doesn't belong to line D. كيف؟ إذا إجباري هون تعمل replace بالfunction f. f of 4 replace x by 4 in the function f. You will get negative 4 plus 1 plus 4 minus 2 negative x negative 4 plus 1 plus 4 minus 2 over 4 squared. Then you will get negative 3 or 3 negative 3 plus 1 over 8 negative 2.9. So point A has the coordinates 4, negative 2.9. Okay. Right. We still have